Another question for today, Uncle. It's about ambition. Is ambition good or bad? What do you think about it?
Now, this is one subject, ambition, which I've wrestled in my own mind for years. Is ambition good or bad? And I concluded in my own mind some years ago that it was good to have ambition because ambition drove you. It kind of set a goalpost of where you wanted to achieve, and to hell with everything. I have to get there. It's like driving a car and you're going on a long journey and you have to cover 800 kilometers and you're feeling sleepy and 150 kilometers are left. Now, should you go or should you pull over and sleep? The idea is to get there. You might want to get there by 10, but even if you get there by midnight, at least you've got there. So, ambition is the burning desire to achieve something. And if you have the burning desire, along with commitment, along with that thick-skinnedness that I'm going to do this, I don't care, I'm going to do it. I mean, it's like taking a cycle and say, I'm now going to cycle all the way to Delhi, and I have to do it within 6 days. So that's commitment. It's my ambition to do that because then I will go further and further. Then I'll try to do it next time in 5 days, and so on and so forth. But there's also a downside to ambition because when ambition grabs you, and you're in a relationship, you have a wife, you have a husband, you have children, and you decide, to hell with it, I need to make 5 crores this year. That's my thing because without the money, I can't do anything. And you start working and you work 20 hours a day. Okay, you made your money, 5 crores. And then you decide, I want another 20 crores. And you're working for the heck of it. You're making money for the sake of making money. Or you're afraid that next year I will not be able to buy my Porsche or my Ferrari or my Mercedes or whatever. And what will my friend say? Arey bhai, gaadi nahi aayi. Every year you change your car. Why have you not changed your car now? So the fear of what people will say, you work harder. But the reverse side is your ambition is then in the same ratio pulling your family relationship down. Your wife is fed up with you because you're never with her. Your children are fed up with you because they're growing up literally without a father. And there are telltale signs of this. So many families we know where the father is, whatever he's doing, and he's never at home. So he's not there for the children. So the children grow up divided. The family is divided because the father is away pursuing his money making dreams or whatever he's doing. He's rarely in the city or in the country. Now he feels I've not done anything wrong. It's not that he's pursuing other women or the wife or if it's a lady, she's not pursuing other men. They're sticking to their belief and dream that I want to make it big. But you're making it at big. You're making it big at the expense of your family. Now we look at all the very big businessmen in the world. Their family lives are shattered. Typically, you go through one, two, three, for several relationships. Their children are broken, and that leads them to drugs, that leads them to alcohol. We're talking of the kids. The man or the woman is okay, but the children are not. So why is that? That is a direct result of ambition. It creates a division. It'll create a division in your family. So your family will start drifting apart. And where there is division, as I've said earlier, there is inevitable conflict. Conflict could be in various forms. Your children can't study, they are not studying. Then that professor, teacher tells you that your child is not studying, they create problem. You take them out, they go into drugs, they go into alcoholism. Your wife sues you for divorce, so that creates another problem. So that is the downside of ambition. So if you want to be very ambitious, maybe it's best that you don't get married, because then you can pursue your ambition by yourself. And when you're pursuing it by yourself, you're answerable to yourself and not to your wife and children who you have brought into this world. So because you've done that, you are answerable to for them. At least we have to give them the conditioning, as we say, for them to grow properly. And by being away 25 days a month, you're not providing that conditioning. And it takes a lot of understanding for someone to accommodate that. I did a talk on Sudha Murthy, that is Mr. Narayana Murthy's wife, and she said her husband used to travel 20 days a month, every month, and he was home only for 8 to 10 days a month. And she said that she resented that. But she then decided in her own mind that is what her husband wanted. And she always used to think, now that he's coming home, we are going to go to this restaurant and we're going to go here. But when he returned home, he was so tired, and then he'd come home and work another 15 hours a day in the office. So he was in the country, but she hardly saw him. And when he came home, or anyone comes home in that situation, you're not going to go out. So the spouse has to make a decision. Is this what I want, or is this not what I want? And you can go away. But the husband will say, but darling, I'm doing all this just for you. मैं जो कर रहा हूँ, I'm doing it for you. But the reality is something different. You need 10 crores, 20 crores, you might need 100 crores because you want to buy another house in Bombay or in wherever, in London. But a point comes where the money has no use. So a lot of people then start donating because they want to feel good and bring up the feel good factor. And they want everyone around the world to say, hey, he's into donation, he's into charity. They want that reflected. Whether they are or not is another matter. So, as in everything else, if you ask me, the ambition that you inculcate and push forward has to be tempered by the conditioning of your own personal environment. As I said, if you're a bachelor, go for it. If you want to go to Greenland and make your money there on Iceland, please go for it. But if your children are stuck here and your wives are stuck here, then maybe that's not such a good idea. I don't know whether that explains it, but as in everything, there is a good and there's a bad side for it. Try and discern and see what suits you, what fits here. Go for it.